Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. And today I am going to be responding to a comment on a video that I did. So I did this video for reference. You can check it out. It is called You Are in Control of Your Life. You can check it out here. And I got a comment on this video that was pretty interesting that I thought I would address, which is funny because this video was actually created in response to a comment I got in another video. So we're going into video inception here. But I'm going to tell you about this in a second here, and it's from one of my favorite commenters on this YouTube channel. He's a guy that does not let me, get away with shit. Like if he disagrees with something, he says it. So this comment is from David Basil, and I love this guy. He's awesome. You know, David, you're a cool guy. Appreciate that you called me out on my shit. I know you're not a hater. It's cool, but you know, you disagree with something, you say it, and that's cool. It's actually, I've created a few videos from some of your comments, so I appreciate that. Not that I want everyone to just disagree with me so that I'll create videos for your comments. I have to say that because some of you're like, oh, if I disagree with John, he'll create videos. But no, seriously, I appreciate your perspective, David, because it's the perspective a lot of people are going to have, okay? And if you're expressing this, other people have this perspective, so it's something I probably didn't address in the video, and so it gives me a chance to address that. And you still might not agree with me, that's cool, but at least let me address some of these things here, because you've got a pretty fucking good point. So here's the comment. Maybe we can put a screenshot up of this comment. And he says, so in the video, let's give a little bit of background. So definitely watch that video, You Are in Control of Your Life. But in the video, I talked about the idea that you are in control of your life, that you can set your boundaries, you can tell people yes or no, and you've got to be able to do that. You have to realize that you ultimately are in control. And if you accept other people telling you what to do, putting pressures on you, that's on you. But David cleverly responded, and I think he's very accurate in what he said here. He said, it's not that easy to say, fuck y'all, right? He says, nagging wife, she's gonna be either cold in bed or leave with the kids. Helicopter parents will kick you out of the house. Jerk boss will fire you. Jealous friends will either laugh at you, lower social rank, or cut the contacts. There have been times when I was around a lot of people and now I'm pretty much on my own, and my stress levels are at least 3 times less than it was before. Life is easy, people are hard. So I think what David is saying at a very basic level is very true, right? At first, okay? So here's the thing. Most of us we don't live our lives. We do not live freely, okay? Myself included for a long period of time. It's changed now. I'll tell you that there's very few people that have any kind of strings into my life. It doesn't mean that I don't value relationships. It doesn't mean that I don't love people. I love all of you. I love you YouTube subscribers. But guess what? I ain't gonna do shit that I don't want to do because you're putting some kind of pressure on me, or anyone is, because my parents are, because my relationships are, because whatever it is, right? My colleagues, my friends, whatever it is, I'm not going to respond to that pressure or any kind of guilt because I am in control of my life. And so what David is saying is correct, okay? If you have been living your life up to this point where you have allowed this to happen, where you've allowed your own ideas about your life and how you want to live your life to take a back seat to other people's expectations of you, where you've allowed guilt to determine your actions, where you've allowed people to come into your life and to bully you or to influence you in a way that you don't want to be influenced, where you've cared more about other people's feelings than your own. If you've allowed that to happen in your life, you know, maybe you're not a total pushover, but to some degree, most people have done this. Then when you put your foot down, and when I say put your foot down, I don't mean like you say, that's enough, right? That's not what you're doing, right? What I'm talking about doing is just saying, look, you know, in a very peaceful, very diplomatic way, I appreciate what you're saying, but fuck that. I ain't gonna do it. You could give me all you want. You can say I'm an asshole, but you know what? I love you. I would love to spend time with you. I would love to, like, you know, if I could help you in some way. I ain't gonna do that. I got my own life, and I'm gonna live it how I want to live. I appreciate your input. I appreciate that you're probably trying to help me. I appreciate that you probably don't know any better. But fuck that, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Is like, but when you say that, okay, you know, we'll go through the list here. When you say that to your wife, Is she going to be cold in bed and maybe leave with the kids? Maybe. But guess what? If you're holding firm to that, first of all, like if we just deal with this with a woman relationship, for you guys out there, women want a guy that is not a fucking pushover, that just is a yes man all the time. Now, if you have been a pussy, okay? And then you suddenly stop being a pussy, you know what's going to happen? Yeah, she's going to be cold in bed. Yeah, she might leave with the kids. But it's a test, okay? And it's not even a conscious test. She's not like, oh, I better fucking see if he's really a man. He's trying to pretend like he's a man. That might actually go through her head, but it's like an instinctual thing, right? Is because she wants to see, is this guy actually secure? Is he actually a rock? Can I actually count on him? Did he just grow a fucking sack? Okay, excuse my language in this video, it's gonna get a little extreme, but that's what I'm saying, is that when you do this, when you say, fuck y'all, as David put it, you're gonna have consequences. People are not gonna believe that. They're not used to this, right? They're used to bullying you. They're used to guilting you. They're used to pushing you around. Your wife, your spouse, your girlfriend, whatever, she's used to pushing you over and having your balls in a little jar, okay? She's used to you being a whiny little bitch. When you stop doing that, when you start living your life like you're in control, like you're not gonna let people dictate what you're going to do, when you don't care about pleasing people, people are going to be shocked. And they're going to resist that extremely. They're going to come hard. It's going to be like you slapped them in the fucking face. And they're going to come after you, okay? And they're going to test you. And they're going to see, is this bullshit? Are you trying on? What is this? Now you're wearing a suit to work? What the fuck? Who do you think you are, right? You gotta go through that. And you gotta say, fuck it. I'm going to do what I want to do. And after a week passes and another week passes and you're unfazed by the bullshit that they're giving you, then they'll accept a new you, okay? This is for any change in your life. Anytime, all of you that are watching this channel, right? Some of you have gone through changes. You've decided that you're not gonna be a dope smoking, pothead anymore, and you're gonna fucking get your life into gear, okay? And your friends are like, what the fuck, dude? Oh, well, you trying to be like, you think you're better than us? Oh, you think this, right? Or your parents are gonna be like, what, didn't we teach you better than this? I can't believe you're doing this. You think you can suddenly do this now, right? You think you could drop out of college and you can start your own business or whatever it is, right? Or, your fat friends are gonna be like, oh, you think you're better than us? You're going to the gym, you're gonna get in shape, right? Whatever you're doing when you're moving to a higher station in life, people are going to test you, they're going to doubt you, they're going to feel threatened by you. There's going to be this reaction. But if you can soldier through it and say, no, this is really me now. I'm fucking serious, okay? You can't intimidate me. I'm no longer a people pleaser. I please myself. I do what I want with my life. I am in control of my life. Then I got one life, you got one life. It's all fair. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm not going to let you tell me how to live mine. And whatever the fucking consequences are for this, I value my freedom above the consequences, so I'll take them. So yeah, so David is right. When you do this, yeah, your wife is gonna, your spouse, your girlfriend, you're gonna have some fallout. But you know what? Women want a man. They want a real man. Whether they say it or not, they do. And so when you stand up and you, not being an asshole, not being overbearing, controlling, dominating, dick, but when you're like, fuck, I'm not here to please you. I'm gonna live my life, I'm gonna see my vision, and I'm gonna follow through, and I'm gonna be a man that stands on his word and his own principles, not what other people influence me, not what other people pressure me, not what you tell me, not if you try and guilt me or you try to manipulate me in some way. I'm immune to that shit. If there's consequences, a man takes his consequences, right? And it's not just a man, but I'm using this example. Okay, so we could go through that list, right, that David put, and he's absolutely right. That's what's going to happen at first. But eventually, when people see you're serious and all of these things I'm going to talk about, they're going to respond differently to you. You don't fuck with the person who you can't fuck with, okay? But when they know they can fuck with you, they will, all right? There's certain guys that you just wouldn't even try and fuck with, okay, from the get-go, right? There's certain people that you would not mess with because you know what's going to happen if you mess with them or if you try to manipulate them or you try and bully them or do anything like that. They're not going to let you, so you don't even try. But if you know someone is a pushover and they're a people pleaser and they've bent over and they've taken it in the ass so many times before, you expect them to. And if they try and stand up for themselves, you're going to beat them down hard because that's a threat to you. Okay, it's not an intentional thing. These people that are doing this to you when you stand up for yourself, they're not doing it because they hate you. They're not doing it because they harm you, because they want to harm you. They're doing it for a lot of reasons. One of them is because what you're doing threatens them. And the second one is it's just an instinctual thing to push back. Like, is this person real or are they fake? Is this bullshit? Okay? So helicopter parents will kick you out of the house. Yeah, you got to love your parents. That's great. I love my parents, but they're not going to dictate my life, okay? And there's a lot of 30-year-old guys and gals out there where their parents are dictating their life. This is bullshit. Like, you got to live your life. Jerk boss will fire you. Yeah, he'll fucking fire you. But guess what? You'll get another job, and the next job that you get, you won't take the shit from the beginning, okay? You will stand up for yourself, and you will be your own man or your own woman, and you will not be pushed over, and you will not be a super people pleaser, and you'll be respected a lot more, and you'll get promoted, right? That job that you're at right now, where you're a fucking brown noser, and you are not taking control of your destiny, and you're letting people push you around and bully you around and all that, you're not rising up. No one promotes someone who's a weak leader up to a high position. You got to have balls. You got to have guts. You got to take risks if you want to. You know, people think that brown nosing will get you to the top, and it may get you somewhere. It'll get you to middle management, and that's where you'll settle. But a real fucking leader is what people want. They want someone who is not a yes man, who says no, right, and who does it in the tactful right way, right? Don't just go in with your middle fingers blaring, okay? Jealous friends, they'll either laugh at you, lower social rank, or cut the contacts. Yeah, that's going to happen. You may have to ditch your friends, all right? I did plenty of videos on you might have to ditch your friends if they're losers, okay? I know a lot of you don't like that, but hey, this is the consequences. This is the thing. It's like, and here's the thing. I'll lay this out for you. You don't got to do what I'm saying. You do not have to live your own life. You do not have to accept the consequences or the actions of your life. You can let your life be ruled and dictated by other people. It's totally fine. But don't fucking bitch about it. If you want to do that, if that's how you want to live your life, if you want to let your parents rule your life or your spouse rule your life, and people guilt you and you try and please them all the time and your boss stomp on your ass, okay? If you want to live your life like that, go for it. Just don't bitch about it, okay? But if you do want to live your life with freedom, anytime you break out of a cage, there's going to be consequences, all right? So if you're living in that caged life right now, yeah, when you first decide you're going to be free, when I first decided this, okay, I lost a lot of relationships. A lot of people were pissed at me. A lot of people thought I was an asshole. A lot of people didn't want to talk to me, okay? I lost some valuable relationships in my life, but you know what? Most of those relationships came back, at least the ones that I wanted to have, the ones that were actually valuable to me, when they realized this wasn't some bullshit, that I wasn't doing this because I was an asshole. I wasn't doing this because I was selfish, but I was doing this because this is what is best for everyone. Because I can't serve the world. I can't be genuine with you. I can't really say I love you. I can't really say I care about you. I can't really give you a gift or my time or anything if I'm not actually giving it from my heart, from myself, okay? Not to get all mushy on you guys here, but if I am not giving it of my own volition, if I am being manipulated, if I am being pressured and guilted, and I'm allowing that to control what I'm doing, it's not real. So it's bullshit anyway, right? So when I tell you something, make sure my mic is still going. When I give you something, when I spend time with you, when I decide to pursue a relationship with you, it's because I want to, not because I feel like I have to. It's not feel like I feel I'm guilty. So to address David's last point, he says here, you know, there's been times when I was around a lot of people and now I'm pretty much on my own. The stress levels are at least 3 times less than it was before. Life is easy. People are hard. Fucking A, people are hard. But that's not the answer. Going out and being a hermit, right? I'm telling you, the answer is to stand up for yourself. The answer is to seek your freedom. The answer is to value your freedom higher than you value having other people like you or pleasing other people, right? Yes, you can go out on your own and not deal with people. And this is the default thing that most people do, right? One of my solutions for dealing with the world, for dealing with pain, a lot of you guys out there that feel rejected all the time by women and you're picked on and all this shit, one of your defenses is you become numb. And becoming numb and stonewalling, that's not the answer. Nope, that doesn't fucking work. It might make you not feel pain, but it also makes you not feel life, all right? You got to be able to take in pain and say, yeah, it's pain. All right. So what? I'll take the consequences. I'm going on, right? You know? And so I'll leave you with this final thing, okay? David, what you said is absolutely right, all right? But you got to make a choice. You and I, we all have to make choices. And what it comes down to is this. It comes down to this one very basic choice. Do you want to live someone else's life and maybe not have consequences? Maybe live a mediocre bullshit life where you please other people and you kind of get along, okay? Or do you want to live to your fullest capacity and be free, accept whatever fucking consequences come? And there may be heavy consequences and there may be some pain, but you will know that you are making your choices and you have freedom and control of your life. That's the choice you have to make. I can't make that choice for you. I can't make the choice easier for you, but you got to make that choice. So yeah, so maybe in that other video, maybe I was a little bit naive. Well, not necessarily naive, but maybe I didn't give you the full painting of the picture, but I am now. And so now I'm telling you, this is what it is, and you've got a choice. I've got a choice. We've all got a choice. All right. Hopefully that has been useful to you. If you found it useful, if you think it'll be useful to someone else, actually share the video. I think this one would be a great one to share with someone who could use this advice. And if you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button. Click the bell, really, if you want to make sure you don't miss any videos that I put out in the future here. And I will talk to you next time. Take care. Thank you, David.